Hi there, welcome to my English YouTube channel. This is my very first video in English and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Very short, my name is Gonzalo, Gonza Cordobés from Chile. I'm a musician, I'm a producer here in Chile, and also I'm a Friedman artist. I think I'm the only guy down here in South America that is a Friedman artist. And I want to start my line of videos in English showing you this bad boy here, the Friedman Runt 50. This is my amp, my personal amp. I have this amp like three years more or less, and I kind of know how it sounds, and I want to tell you about the brown eye sound and how this is fitting inside that world of Dave Friedman's signature sound. It's the best sound, a modern sound for that type of sound, modded British Marshally sound. Let's talk about that a little bit. The brown eye, it's we all know that Dave Friedman loves Marshall amps and vintage Marshall amps, basically. And this is coming from Eddie Van Halen, of course. This is plexi, dimed, everything on 10 with the variac, and that gives a great sound, a great hard rock sound, but it's not too practical, right? I have a Marshall, a 100 watts head with the variac and everything, and I can dime it here on the studio, no problem, but I will never be able to use that live situation with my band or anything really. It's great to have it in the studio, it's great to have that sound in the studio, but if you want a sound that is kind of similar to that, almost the same, you need something else, and that something else, it's Friedman amps. And the brown eye range, it's the one. This is like a small part of that because it doesn't cover everything on that range of sounds, but it's okay. It's a smaller part, and I want to talk to you about what part it's covering this guy. This amp is the cheapest option on the big boys Friedman amps, 50 watts. I mean, it's the cheaper one because it's a PCV construction and it's not hand wired, but I've opened this guy and inside is very clean. It's a huge board, everything is beautiful, so you don't have to be afraid because it's not hand wired. It's amazing, it has a great sound, and we are talking about that now. I'm gonna show you the features, so I'm gonna try to show you where it sits between the brown eye range of sounds, right? So let's go to that. So the Runt 50, where it sits between the BE sound, I feel this is a little 80s JMP JCM 800 something ish. Why? Because it's I think it's more aggressive than a plexi. It's brighter, right? So it can be aggressive. Maybe it's a little thinner sound, and in terms of the single notes, yes. So if you wanna go to lead work with this guy, maybe a little bit harder than a small box or the B100 or a dime plexi, but you can put an overdrive in, that's over. But the definition of the chords, because of that aggression, it's great. We're gonna hear that in a minute. And no, not only that, because it has, in this moment, it's like a JCM 100 JMP. So now the amp doesn't have anything between the guitar, and I'm actually recording a cabinet with, it's a 4x12, and I'm miking a vintage 30 and a 77 Celestion Blackback, which is beautiful. and you're hearing a blend of the two mics. The reverb and all that, it's from Pro Tools, so it's directly, basically. At this moment the boost is off and the gain is almost dime. And as you can see, it's that sound. It's the JMP sound. It's very percussive, it's very aggressive. It's great, it's great. Has a great note definition. That I love that. And in case I wanna solo over it, well, I complement it with some pedals. And if your technique it's fine and all of that, you can solo over it without anything. I will show you that. Has two channels, as you can see. The first channel, it's a Fendery, super clean, high headroom, beautiful, sparkly if you want. Has a bright switch, kind of a presence thing. Has a treble and a bass and a clean volume. And it's very clear, and if you add some effects, it's beautiful for arpeggiated stuff. And yeah, it's super nice, clean sound. The second channel, it's the BE channel, and the range of JMP, it's more aggressive, more brighter, it's a little thinner, but has great definition, has a lot of gain because of the master volume functions so well that the gain can be cranked up and nothing will happen. And it has a boost, a built-in boost, which adds a little bit more sustain. I think it kind of cuts a little bit the low end, just a tiny bit, and yeah, you have more gain that way. So let's hear it. I will show you some examples of the amp, and I will move some controls. Besides that, has a super transparent, great effects loop, the best effects loop that I've tested in an amp, and all the Friedman amps that has that loop. So it's great feature because you have a great master volume. You can use your effects there, and it won't be distorted. It will be super clean, and it's great. It's great, really great. And it has this one in particular has a DI output, which is analog, fully analog, and it has a cap simulation stuff, and that sounds killer. It's a great, fully featured amp, and now we're going to hear it. So, let's go to the clean channel. Fendery type. And I'm using this guitar that has single coils, very nice single coils. So this is my personal setting, and the bright switch is in the brightest position. The clean volume is very low because I'm leveling the two channels, and it's still very loud. And the EQ section, it's self-explanatory, right? Bass, treble, and I'm adjusting that according to the guitar. This is the setting that I feel it sounds good for this guitar. Maybe a little brighter that I would like in this guitar, but it's the sound of the guitar, really. It's really transparent, clean channel. So that kind of thing is the clean channel, and it works awesome with this type of chords. For me, it's basically a rhythm channel. But in the second video, we'll see how this channel behaves with some pedals, right? Overdrive or something like that. It's still a very great clean channel. The type of music that I play almost every time, it's more like a hard rock thing, and I like the clean channel that I can get from the BE channel. But this is very useful, especially when you're in the situation where you need to go from crunch to clean in a one button situation like this channel. You have best of both worlds, right? American clean and British crunch. Amazing. I love that. Here. Very nice. So let's switch the right channel, the bright switch, middle position, that is the darker position. You can compensate with the EQ, of course. That is very nice. And the second bright position, the middle position, it's great as well. But I like the high chime. Beautiful. So that is the clean channel. It's very functional and it's very beautiful, really. If you add some nice effects like a chorus or a reverb or a delay, it will be a great clean channel. So let's move on. I'm gonna change guitar now because I wanna show you the clean channel with the Strat type of guitar. This is the closest that I have for that sound. But now I'm gonna change guitars. So yeah, here I have a humbucker situation, and it's not a Strat type of guitar, but it sounds great in the clean channel as well. This guitar has more mids than the other one. So in that case, I like to take the bass down and the treble a little bit higher, and I can get that chimey thing. Seymour Duncan Little 59. So, enough of cleans, let's go to the BE channel with no boost. So this is the BE channel, the gain is almost cranked, and this is the setting that Dave Friedman recommended to me to get that brownish sound. So it's presence a little below the 5.5 point, treble and middle a little higher than the middle position, and the bass is to taste. The bass is very nice, it doesn't get fluffy or anything. So the master volume and at this moment is a little bit higher than 2, and the gain it's at 10, not 11, 10. Sounds amazing. This is a great well, the speakers, it's a very important thing in the chain, but It has that brown eye and brown sound thing going on. This is the sound with no boost. Just a little bit of reverb, maybe a little bit of delay from Pro Tools. Sounds great, sounds killer. By the way, this is a Friedman pickup, triple D, so it's a high output pickup, older body, so it's super strat, and you will get this sound. And if you get like a Friedman cabinet, which has the vintage 30s and the greenbacks, you will have this sound. I have a blackback, which is vintage type of thing, but it's the same sound. So I mean, with that, I'm convinced. What can I say? Let's hear the B channel, second channel, and let's compare it without boost and with boost. It's a lot of a feel thing more than a evident sound thing. It's more gain, of course, but you feel it more than hear it, right? Let's do it in a riffy situation. With boost. So it's the same sound. There is no volume boost or anything. It's just a little bit of gain, and you feel it more gainy and more sustainy, which is nice, which is great. You can definitely solo with this guy. Maybe not so shreddy things, but you can do it. I mean, you can do it without the boost, right? But no boost, boost. It's a lot of gain, right? Let's review the EQ positions and how it affects the sound. We're gonna do it without the boost. So let's go with the presence. It's very, very effective. Treble. Still usable, right? Mids. Mids. Very effective. And the bass is very nice because it kinda fattens up everything, but it doesn't get flabby. Without bass, that's the bass all the way up. Sounds great. I put it in the middle, just in case. And yeah, that is the sound. That is the sound. I love the sound. The B channel cleans up very well. That is no boost, and I'm in the 2 to 3 range on my volume knob, and just the neck pickup. I prefer this type of clean because it has more mids. So for lead work, it sounds better to my taste. And I still can get all those chimey, sparky cleans that you can get with the clean channel. But it's different, has a different mid-range. So clean channel. I love that. So expressive, man. Now if I put the boost on, you will have a little bit more brightness in this type of situation. And that is what I love. That is the best place for me to be, in a clean situation. So this pickup works great with the amp, and it's high output, but it's very clean, and it's very clean in the most gainy situation of the amp. So it's a great pairing, right? Talk about dynamic range, man. And this is the cheapest one. Imagine the hand wires, man. But again, if you're not too sure and you want to get to the Friedman range, this is a great option because it has all the volume, all the features, and it has all the sounds, really, all the Friedman sounds. You can solo over it, there's no problem. So there you go, guys. This is an amazing amp, and soon enough I will have a B100 Deluxe here in house, and I will compare it between this guy before it goes, because I can afford to have two Friedman amps, but I will compare it to the big guy, to the flagship, and how this sits in the flagship range of sound that it can get. And for me, I won't be too disappointed with this. I mean, it will have less options, less settings. It's more like a one sound, but it's an awesome sound. The other one is like the flagship, so it has all the options, but this is great. So in the second video, I will show you how it behaves with pedals, right? Thank you for checking in. This is my first video. My English is right there, but till next time.